Good morning, children. This is Mrs. Sadi Joseph, your science teacher. Welcome back to the online teaching for the session 2020-21. We will continue with the same chapter, that is chapter 16, Light. The previous video, I had explained what are the features of the image of an object formed by a plane mirror, what is a regular and diffused reflection, and reflected light can be reflected again. Let us have a quick revision of these topics. What are the features of the image of an object formed by a plane mirror? The image will be erect. It is of the same size as the object. The image appears at the same distance behind the mirror as the object was in front of it, and it could not be obtained on a screen as it is a virtual image. Now, what is the difference between regular and diffused reflection? In regular reflection, the reflected rays will be parallel to each other and we can obtain the image. Whereas in diffused or irregular reflection, the reflected rays will not be parallel to each other, and it is caused by the irregularities in the reflecting surface. We had also seen that the reflected light can be reflected again. In this video, we will see about multiple images, how we can prepare a kaleidoscope, sunlight, white or colored, and what is inside our eyes. Let us see the topics one by one. Today's our first topic is multiple images. You are aware that a plane mirror forms only a single image of an object. Suppose instead of single mirror, what will happen if two plane mirrors are used in combination? Let us see. We will do one activity. Take two plane mirrors, set them at right angles to each other with their edges touching each other. That means making an angle 90 degree to each other. To hang them, you can use adhesive tape, means join both the mirrors with the help of an adhesive tape, means sticking tape. Place a coin in between the mirrors. How many images of the coin do you see? You can see that 4 images will be forming. Now hang the mirrors using the adhesive tape at different angles. say 45 degree, 60 degree, 120 degree, 180 degree, etc. Place some object in between them. Note down the number of images of the object in each case. Finally, set the two mirrors parallel to each other. Find out how many images of a candle placed between them are formed. Can you now explain how you can see the back of your head at the hairdresser's shop? Yes, the back of the head can be seen due to the reflection of light from the mirror placed at the back of the head. From the back of the mirror, light rays falls on the front mirror, and that will be again reflected and falls on the back mirror. In that way you can see the back of your head at the hairdresser's shop. This idea of number of images formed by mirrors placed at an angle to one another is used in a kaleidoscope to make numerous beautiful patterns. Now, I will explain how to make a kaleidoscope. To make a kaleidoscope, get 3 rectangular mirror strips, each about 15 cm long and 4 cm wide. 15 cm long and 4 cm wide. Join them together to form a prism as shown in the figure. Just like this. You have to join the 3 mirrors. Fix them in a circular cardboard tube or tube of a thick chart paper. Make sure that the tube is slightly longer than the mirror strips. Close one end of the tube by a cardboard disc having a hole in the center through which you can see. See figure number B. This is the arrangement. To make the disc durable, paste a piece of transparent plastic sheet under the cardboard disc. At the other end, touching the mirrors, fix a circular plain glass plate. Place on this glass plate several small pieces of colored glass or broken pieces of colored bangles. Close this end of the tube by a ground glass plate. Allow enough space for the color pieces to move around. Now your kaleidoscope is ready. When you peep through the hole, you can see variety of patterns in the tube. An interesting feature of a kaleidoscope is that you will never see the same pattern again. Different or variety of patterns will be forming when you tilt the kaleidoscope in different sides. Designers of wallpapers and fabrics and artists use kaleidoscope to get ideas for new patterns. So what is the use of the kaleidoscope? Designers of wallpapers and fabrics and artists use kaleidoscopes to get ideas for new patterns. To make your toy attractive, you can wrap the kaleidoscope in a colored paper. So this is an activity for you. You have to make a kaleidoscope of your own. Our next topic is sunlight, white or colored. In the previous class, you learned that the sunlight is referred to as white light. But it is not actually white colored. It consists of 7 different colors. And it is known as Bibure. What are the different colors present in the white light? Can you name? Yes, violet, indigo, blue, green, red, and yellow. There are 7 colors in the white light. Just like the colors visible in the rainbow. When the white light enters into drops of water, it splits into different colors. That is how the rainbow is forming. Now let us see what is the structure of human eye. As I already told you, we see the things only when light coming from the enters into our eyes. So our eye is an important sense organ. So it is very important to understand the structure and working of our eye. The eye has a roughly spherical shape as shown in the figure. The outer coat of the eye is white. It is tough so that it can protect the interior of the eye from accidents. Its transparent front part is called cornea. The front part of our eye is called cornea. Behind the cornea, we find a dark muscular structure called iris. This part of the eye is called iris. In this iris, there is a small opening that is called pupil. Here, one small opening is there that is called pupil and is controlled by the iris. The iris is that part of the eye which gives it its distinctive color. So the colored part of the eye is known as iris. When we say that a person has green eyes, we refer actually to the color of the iris. Some people have iris of black color and some others are having green colored iris. The iris controls the amount of light entering into the eye. So what is the function of the iris? It controls the amount of light entering into our eyes. Behind the pupil of the eye is a lens which is thicker in the center. This is called the eye lens. Do you know what kind of lens is thicker at the center? Yes, it is of a convex lens. Thicker in the middle and thinner at the ends. Now the lens focuses light on the back of the eye on a layer called retina. So here the back of the eye is called a retina. So what is the function of our eye lens? It focuses the image on the retina. So this retina acts as a film in the camera. The retina contains several nerve cells. Sensations felt by the nerve cells are then transmitted to the brain through the optic nerve. This is called the optic nerve. This part is known as the optic nerve. So what is the function of the optic nerve? It carries the sensation to the brain. So there are two kinds of cells. Cones, which are sensitive to bright light, and the other one is rods, which are sensitive to dim light. So which are the two kinds of cells present here? Cones and rods. In that, cones are sensitive to bright light and rods are sensitive to dim light. You can see in bright light as well as in dim light. So these cones and rods help us to see the objects in bright light as well as dim light. Cones sense color. At the junction of the optic nerve and the retina, there are no sensory cells. So no vision is possible at that point, and it is called as blind spot. So what is blind spot? The part of the optic nerve and the retina, there are no sensory cells. They are known as blind spot. This spot is known as blind spots. Okay. So its existence can be demonstrated as follows. One activity is given that we will see in the next video. I think all of you understood today's topics. Have a nice reading. Rest of the lesson I will explain in the next video. Till then, thank you and bye-bye.